In the boiler, I've got 1.5 pounds of chicken tenders, 2 cups of chicken broth, a teaspoon of salt, teaspoon of minced garlic, and then about half of 1 onion. We're going to remove the chicken tenders. They've been cooking for about 5 minutes. Place them into a Pyrex, and we're going to let them cool. We've still got the heat going in that chicken broth mixture. If you get out a little bit of the onion or the garlic, that's fine. We're going to end up eating it anyway. It'll taste good. Kind of get a shot down in that pan right there. You see, we probably got about a cup and 3/4 left. I'll spread these out in the Pyrex over here so they can kind of cool, because we're going to get that tendon out of there and shred them up. Got the oven preset to 350 degrees, preheated, and that same chicken broth. We're going to put 20 ounces of chopped broccoli. I like florets, however, there were no florets already frozen. Chopped. When it's small like this, you get it good and tender. That's a good part of the broccoli, tastes good anyway. So we're going to let that, we're not really going to cook yet, we're just going to kind of get it warm and then let it finish cooking in the oven. Meanwhile, you can see the steam coming off of our chicken tenders. They get a little bit cooler. I'm going to pick them. We're just going to shred up these tenders once they get cool to the touch, or cooler to the touch. This tendon is not good to eat. And occasionally you'll see like a little, I don't know, like a silver skin kind of thing. Take that stuff out. Make sure that you're not shredding it up. And what you're looking for is just little pieces about like that. Good and tender. Finishing up the last couple of pieces of it. And again, look in there in the bowl. That may look like it's really good to you. Dogs like it. I don't like it. It's the little tendon, little silver skin off of it. If you've ever had like a fried chicken tender and you're wondering, ooh, what's that? Well, it's that little tendon right there. Not good to eat. Alright, so if you look over here, you can see we've got our 1.5 pounds of tenderloin chicken tenders. We're just going to keep that there. Got our broccoli going in that same broth, and we're going to give this to the dogs. Okay. We're going to get our broccoli, slotted spoon, put it in here with our chicken. You can pile it all in one place if you want to. Really doesn't matter. Broccoli's not all the way tender. It's going to finish up in the oven, and we're going to mix all this together. So I'll show you what we do once we get all that broccoli out. Okay. That's the same mixture, the chicken broth that we did it in. We've got our broccoli out over here. Got 24 ounces of sour cream. We're going to put that into it. And once we get all that sour cream in there, got 2 cans of cream of chicken. I'm going to put them in. And then we're going to combine that, mix it with that broth we got in there, and let it cook down. And I'll show you what comes next. I'm going to add in some ground black pepper. It's hard to measure like this. Probably, I don't know, half a teaspoon. Going to add in a teaspoon of salt. That's a teaspoon. And curry powder. And I like the curry powder. So that's about 1 teaspoon, or 2 teaspoons, 3 teaspoons. And I'm going to stir that up, let it combine, see how it tastes. I gave it a taste, needed a little bit more pepper, a little more salt, and I'm going to add about another teaspoon of the curry powder, 2 teaspoons, because I like the curry. And it's not really hot, so don't think it's curry ain't going to be hot. And from making it before, I kind of know the color I'm looking for. More than I do measurements. Alright, so we've got all that combined, sour cream, cream of chicken, residual broth that was left over, curry powder, pepper, salt. Now, we're going to combine it over here. Just pour all of it over into the Pyrex. Get all of it out that you can. And we're going to spread that out over it. And then kind of move it around. Let it get in there. Let the chicken mix, like that sauce mix, broccoli, everything get down in there. And once you got it, kind of level it out. It's mainly liquid, but it's going to kind of find its own level anyway, but help it along. And then over here, we've got a stick of butter, a little bit of olive oil, and 2 sleeves of crushed Ritz Crackers. I'll spread that out over it. Make a topping. And then once we get that spread out, we're going to put it into that 350 preheated oven for about 25-30 minutes. And then we'll show you what it looks like. Alright, when it's bubbling like that, and it's been bubbling for about 5 minutes, you're pretty much done. Because everything was already cooked on it. So it's time to go ahead and get it out. Let it sit for about 10 minutes, and then enjoy it.